Hello and welcome back to another episode of CineWatch Live, and we are here again with Sophie, and we have Lucas with us this week as well.
Hi.
To do his top 50 with us. So obviously we've done 50 just like until last week, and now he'll do his top 50 with us as we continue our top 100. And a bit of news to start off is that Timothy Olyphant has been cast in an unknown role in The Mandalorian Season 2. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
As long as he's not playing a character from Rebels or Clone Wars, I don't mind.
I haven't seen either, to be fair. So I actually have no idea about Rebels or Clone Wars.
I've seen Clone Wars. I haven't seen... Well, I watched one episode of Rebels and got bored. But given the amount of people that they've cast already in it from those two shows...
What's her name? Katy Sackhoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's playing the person she actually voice acted though, so I'm not too bothered about that. But
yeah, there's quite a few from the shows that have been cast, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so. Also, a bit of news is that Universal have delayed the Forever Purge, the 5th Purge film, indefinitely. I sort of want to talk about it because it's like a whole weird situation with Universal. Lucas, did you hear about the whole Universal and cinemas thing?
Yeah, I read about it.
Yeah, so like obviously cinemas aren't showing Universal's films, and now I don't know if they've like delayed it and taken it off their schedule because of that or what, but it's all like up in the air.
Does this mean they're not releasing it?
Well, yeah, like they're not releasing it like currently right now. They're not releasing it at all. Like they're taking it off their release schedule.
It was supposed to be July 10th, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was meant to be July 10th. Then they took it off. And I don't know if they're going to go the like Trolls World Tour route and release it online, because that did prove successful for them, but then that's what's caused the argument with cinemas, so I actually have no idea, but hopefully, I don't know. I'd like to see Universal's films in cinemas, because obviously they've got like, not that I'm not a fan of it, but the Fast and Furious franchise, I think they're James Bond, I want to say, but I don't know. But yeah, like they got some good films. Jurassic World.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, anyway, I think we'll get straight into the top 50 with you, Sophie.
Okay, so my 50th film is The Dark Knight.
Ooh.
I think I had that. Did I have that before on my list? Yeah, I did. I did have that on my... Yeah.
I've got it lower on my list.
Yeah,
It's a good film.
I've got it later on.
It is a good film, actually.
It is. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of, like, DC. I prefer Marvel, but I think this is my favourite DC film. I don't know, it's just the dark, sinister feel of it as well.
Heath Ledger's Joker makes it.
Yeah, it
definitely.
does. Yeah.
He's probably the main reason why most people do like that film.
Yeah. Not to say that Christian Bale's performance was a bad one, though, but like...
No, not at all. But I think he was the standout for that.
Yeah.
For a standout, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely was.
50, I've got The General, the 1926 silent film.
Okay, I did not expect this from you. Okay. Wow.
I really enjoyed it when we saw it at the BFI.
Mr. Keaton, that's on my list. That's in my top 10.
That is not on my list at all.
It's so good.
It's such a good film.
I thought it was really funny.
I
mean, I'm easily amused, but...
No, I found it
I will not lie
hilarious.
to you. Not because it was bad, but because I was tired, okay? I fell asleep in it.
Brad!
Look,
That's so bad,
the
Brad.
BFI chairs are really comfy.
It was on a film trip.
Yeah, I know.
It was a very nice warm room though, the seats were quite nice.
And we had to wake up early,
For me.
so I was already tired, and then they really dimmed the lights in that like screen, like really like dim the lights.
It did make it perfect for sleep.
Yeah, so like there's comfy chairs, it's dark.
Those chairs were not comfortable.
They were comfortable.
You won, yes they were.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. They were so short.
I am short.
Oh. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Alright, I can't argue.
For me, they were fine.
They finished like halfway down my back.
Well, that is on you for being.
All
short.
of us are ginormous like you, Lucas. Jeez.
We're not all 7'4". Yeah.
No, we've kind of gone off piece from the film. The General, I enjoyed it as a film.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
No, I did enjoy it, like the 40 or whatever minutes I saw of it. But I should probably go back and rewatch it, but no, it is a good film. I agree. It's probably the earliest film I've ever seen, apart from that one Mr. Hansard showed us with the moon. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Oh yeah, the one by Georges Méliès or whatever his name is.
Yeah. But yeah. My number 50 is Taxi Driver, which I know Sophie had last episode.
You had that last time, yeah.
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 So, not going to say much about that. Lucas, what do you think on it?
I've only seen it once,
Same here.
I did enjoy it. It's very good. Very good.
Yeah. I think it's one of Scorsese's best, in my opinion, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Definitely up there, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the 70s sort of gritty street level feel to it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was talking to Sophie last time about the shot with like in the apartment, like he's in like the car or something, and like that shot, like that low angle shot when he's looking up, and the silhouette.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a nice shot. I like that shot.
Yeah, it had some good cinematography actually.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay, so my number 49 is a film we studied. It's This Is England.
Ooh.
Not on my list. I don't think.
No, not on mine.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot more than when you talk about Kevin.
I hate when you need to talk about Kevin.
It's a good film, but it's just not up there.
I hate it with a passion.
How many times have you seen it though? Because like I know this isn't like This Is England, but I just want to say quick, like I watched Kevin like 3 times, and I actually liked it on the 3rd time.
I think I watched it too, but I can't stand it at all.
I watched it about 3 times. I just can't. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I can appreciate it from like a film.
I can appreciate it. It's a great film. I completely agree on that, but I
enjoy it though. Yeah.
I agree with England though. Like I loved England when I watched it the first time.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see. The first time is definitely the best time. I wish I could rewatch it for the first time again because it was just really good.
Yeah, there's nothing like your first response to a film, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was talking with my dad about, I rewatched the Star Wars films recently. Like I grew up knowing that Luke was Darth Vader's son and all that.
I would have loved to have watched them without knowing.
Exactly, yeah. So I was like, Dad, what was it like? And unfortunately, he didn't actually, he still didn't know, but he didn't watch them when they came out. But, he said, yeah, it was such, a different experience, being like, oh my god. Because,
imagine, the initial reaction in the cinema.
To hide that, didn't they?
Yeah. But
it was dubbed in. They didn't even say it on set that he was his father. They dubbed it in afterwards.
Oh my
really?
god.
I did not know that.
So not even the actors, apart from James Earl Jones, knew.
Wow, damn. I guess it's the same, though, as how with, people that grow up now will find out that Iron Man dies and Han Solo dies and, Palpatine's Rey's grandfather all before they actually see the films.
Yeah.
So I guess we're privileged that we get to see that, and we got to have that moment. I know I saw Endgame at midnight. I think, did all of us see it at midnight?
No,
I didn't see it at midnight, but I did see it the day it came out.
Yeah, so we all didn't get it spoiled at least.
Oh no, I didn't get it spoiled.
Yeah, and obviously we had that first initial reaction, oh, but yeah.
I think that's the best cinema experience I've had.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That was amazing.
The audience's reaction to Endgame.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so my 49 is Sleepy Hollow.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither. Never heard of it.
Have you not?
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's Tim Burton, and Johnny Depp's the main character.
Is it?
It's about the Headless Horseman.
It's not the one I'm thinking of then.
You've not seen it? I thought that was a really
never heard of it.
film that loads of people have seen.
It probably is a well-known film. I don't know. I was thinking of Corpse Bride, but it's not. Is it live action?
Oh yeah, it's live action. It's not animated.
Oh, okay. I have no idea why do you like it then? I have no idea.
Oh, in fairness, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I just remember watching it and really enjoying it. It was it wasn't a horror as such, but it was very dark, very, very Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Definitely, mostly because Johnny Depp's in it.
Burton makes actually really good films.
He does.
I mean, Dumbo, 2019.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Everyone's perfect.
Christopher Lee was in it as well.
So for you, like Christopher
another
Lee.
reason I like it.
Love Christopher Lee.
You can't not, can you?
Yeah, exactly. I had Wicker Man.
Yeah, that was the last episode actually.
Yeah, the first one, not the remake.
Yeah, like the
Nick
70s
Cage.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I haven't seen that, so yeah. What's it
I'd
about?
recommend it. It's about this is going mainly off memory, like a small town that are being haunted or sort of attacked by this headless horseman, and they call in a policeman, which is Johnny Depp, to deal with it. But it's very dark, but it's also slightly comedic because he's obviously got no idea what to do with a headless horseman because he's a regular policeman.
Yeah, that sounds very Tim Burton-y.
So it is very, very Tim Burton, but I definitely recommend.
Yeah. My 49 is Toy Story, a classic.
Oh,
The very first feature-length 3D animated film.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, when I was doing these lists, I was telling Sophie before, that like I had 113 that I came up with out of 100. So like
Wow.
a lot of them were sequels as well and like trilogies. So I like sort of had to pick out of all the films what ones that I thought was the best out of a trilogy. 'Cause then it would make them
I've definitely got 2 full trilogies on this list.
full
Not
trilogies.
all together, but at different points.
Damn. Well, this is Toy Story is the only one that I actually have 2 of them in it. But all other films I have
I
to
think I've got to
choose.
give Toy Story as an honourable mention, actually.
Is it not on your list?
It's not on my list. I don't even think it went through my mind while I was making
It's
this list.
such
I
a
don't know
good
how.
film. I rewatched it.
It's not on my list, but I do agree it's a fantastic film.
Yeah, and it was so as well for me. Like the reason I like it was so revolutionary for 3D for children's like film and for 3D animation.
Yeah,
It's just
it
yeah,
probably paved the way for a lot of my favourite films as a
Yeah.
kid.
exactly. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it was the first film I rewatched it the day Disney Plus came out, in the UK. I rewatched it as the first thing
wow.
I saw. Yeah, and it just reminded me of. Yeah, I sort of had to watch a film that reminded me of why I like Disney.
Yeah, that's where I went as well. I watched Finding Dory because I hadn't seen it yet, but Finding Nemo was my favourite kids film.
Oh, Finding Dory. Yeah, but did you like Finding Dory though? Like, it's good up until the final act, I think.
I didn't mind
I
it.
agree with that. It got a bit weird at the end.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near as good as Finding Nemo, but it was a decent enough sequel.
Yeah, I agree. Finding Nemo actually is an honourable mention. Like, that's not on my list, but that is an honourable mention.
It's on mine.
Oh, I can
It's a good
imagine.
film. This is like 90% Disney. Okay, so my number 48 is one of my favourite 80s films. It's Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. Oh, I can't
I love
stand
that
it.
film.
I can't stand it. It's
I can't stand it. Why not?
So good.
we've had this conversation in film that I don't like it. Right, all right, I'll let you say why you like it because
It's just amazing. I mean, we've got a thing here where we do feel good films. It is a feel good film. I mean, I think it's brilliant.
I was so bored when I watched it. I don't know what it was, right? I was just so incredibly bored by it. It was. I guess in terms of filmmaking, yeah, it's good, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts. How I know when I'm not like bored by a film is when I don't want to go on my phone. Like in the modern age we live in, when you just want to go on your phone rather than sit there watching a film, it's like, do you know what? Do you want?
But in fairness, Stand By Me wasn't made for that kind of audience.
That's true. That is very true. You have a point.
Modern films are more used to having to, which are probably why so many action films are so over the top, or a lot of things are overdone, because they have to catch the attention of people off of their phones. 80s films didn't have that.
You also have to think though, if it had if it had a gripping story or like just a better story in my opinion, then I wouldn't like. I've watched 80s films like Say Anything, and I did not want to go on my phone at all. But it's not like a gripping story as such, but it's still a story that you just want to keep watching. So I guess.
But it was probably very relevant to audiences then and children who grew up in the 80s being able to relate to that kind of, not necessarily that exact experience given what happens in the film, but
Yeah.
that kind of going on an adventure with your friends, not having the worry of how much charge you've got on your phone or
That is true. Yeah.
security.
Maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know.
I think you should, because
I don't know if that's on my list. I think I considered it.
Maybe because I was looking at my phone during the film, I couldn't focus enough, and I need to go back and look at it again.
I'd reckon, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay, well, my 48 is Good Will Hunting.
Ooh,
film.
interesting. I haven't seen
Very
it.
good. Have you not?
No, been on my list for ages.
Very good. I think my main reason for having it is Robin Williams' performance.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the one with Matt Damon, right?
Yeah, It was written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck together.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
It's a really good film. Actually, no, that's not on my list. Another honourable mention.
What, Good Will Hunting?
I believe it's on Netflix, in the UK at least.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I might go watch it. Is it like
It's really good.
It sort of to me looked like, I think why I haven't seen it yet is because it sort of looked like it's about like maths and science.
No, it's not. I mean, it is sort of based a lot around that, but
It's not like the main thing.
no, it's a key part of the plot, but it doesn't focus on it.
Right. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
You kind of have to watch it to understand what I mean, but
Sort of like one of
I'll
those
watch it.
films we were talking about, I think, Sophie, The Matrix, like you have to watch it to get it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. My number 48 is one that we talked about, I think, countless times already throughout this podcast, is Marriage Story, which I hope you've seen, Lucas.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
No,
I haven't seen it.
no.
I don't think he can
Lucas,
come
what are you
back from
doing?
that. Oh my god.
You're not invited for the next episode.
Yeah,
What if I've seen it by next episode?
then, yeah, you're allowed.
Might let you off.
That means we can't really say anything. I mean, we've talked about it loads anyway, haven't we, Sophie? But, like, we can't really say
This is the
anything.
third time it's popped up on this list.
But, yeah, it's so good. Like,
It's on my list. I think it's the second film on my list that I need to see at the moment.
yeah.
Adam Driver is so good.
Wait, what's the first film on your list that you need to see?
The Lighthouse.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
that's also very
Need to
good.
see that.
Yeah,
I've been dying to see that since I saw the trailer.
yeah. It's very, very good. I saw it in cinema. I was lucky enough to see it in cinema.
No, I missed it in the cinema.
Damn.
I wish I saw it at the cinema.
It wasn't released, like, wide release, though. It was, like, only in, like, limited. But obviously, Cambridge
that's
was
the
a
problem
picture
I
house,
found.
so, yeah, I saw it there. But, yeah, no, Marriage Story, honestly, like, the performances from Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, and even the kid, like,
Definitely.
everything about that film is done perfectly. Obviously, there's, like, little bits that could be a bit... Like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it, so I'll just say that. But personally, Lucas, honestly, go watch that
Really
film.
good film.
It's,
Yeah, I will. Definitely.
Okay, so my number 47 is A Clockwork Orange.
Ooh, interesting.
Opinions?
Well, I wouldn't put it... It's not on my list, and it's not an honourable mention, because I get why people like it, and I don't dislike it. I just think it's like, it's just, like, it's not... I don't think it's a bad film. I just think... Do you know what I'm trying to say? That it's a good film, but it's just not amazing, in my opinion. It's not stand out.
It's not a standout film in your opinion.
No, and I feel like the reason people say it is standout is because of the treatment it got. Obviously, with, like, was it Kubrick that, like, took it out of cinemas, or someone, it was taken out of cinemas and whatnot.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's why people remember it, not because of the film. And when you remember something because of the treatment it got, like, New Mutants, for example, is not going to be remembered because of the film. It's going to be remembered because of the treatment it got, having 5 release dates. So that, similarly, with The Clockwork Orange, is why I feel like it's not a great film. Like, I've seen it, I enjoyed it, but far enjoyed other films. Anyway, I'll let you say why you want to... Yeah.
So, I think it was A Clockwork Orange that got banned in the UK and you can only watch it, like, in America.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when it came out, 1970, 1971, when it came out, I feel like at the time it would have been, like, you could watch it and you'd be, like, really shocked and you'd understand why you couldn't watch it in the UK. I feel like if you didn't watch it and then you got it illegally or something like that and you watched it and you're like, okay, there's actually, I don't understand why it's been banned. I mean, there's points to it that are, like, really shocking, and you watch it and you're like, oh my god, like, what's happening? But I don't think anything happens in it that's so dramatic that it needs to be banned.
Yeah, I think it was more of, at the time, weren't gangs, like, really, like, on the rise in Britain at the time, or something?
Yeah.
And then, like, that was, like, not encouraging it as such, but it was sort of giving a voice.
There was a worry that it could
Yeah. So I think that's
shine more light on it,
Yeah. Lucas, have you seen it?
I haven't, purely just because it's not my kind of film, really.
It's fair.
maybe
Really recommend it though.
maybe that's why I didn't like it, because I feel like I have similar taste to you, Lucas, because we both haven't seen The Godfather either, because it's just not our sort of
No,
thing.
we do similar taste in film.
Yeah,
It just doesn't appeal to me.
yeah.
So this list is going to make me look like a psychopath. Wow.
Honestly, Sophie's list does make her look like a psychopath. Like, in like one of the earlier episodes, Lucas, like she was like talking all about we always have feel good films that pop up, yeah, and we all have films that from our childhood, right? And Sophie just goes Saw because it's a film from my childhood, and we were there like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like,
Why would
I
you
didn't
lie?
read that.
we were there like Saw from your childhood, like it just.
And
Yeah.
that's not like you can say that it was your childhood, like as in you're 17, 16. You're 18.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
When you were a young child.
Exactly. We were like, what? Oh, but
Oh
anyway.
god.
That doesn't even surprise me that much, to be honest.
I know.
Cheers,
That's
Lucas.
just worrying. Like her list has been very. It's been worrying to like. I don't know if I should just like report her list, because the things she's had on there. I mean, she had Joker on there. How dare she? But yeah.
It's a conversation for another day.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Well, my 47's about as far from Sophie's as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
Which is a Disney film called Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Oh my god, that's such a good film.
It's an amazing film.
I never expected to be on this kind of list, but I mean, yeah, it's a great film.
I like the variety Lucas is bringing. Like,
Yeah, mine's got a lot of variety throughout it.
I've always wanted to see this film, and I've never seen it. But now Disney Plus is here, I'm probably going to watch it.
It is on Disney Plus because I watched it the other night.
Was it like one of the first films to like mix,
Yeah,
like
was.
animation and real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it about?
it's set in the war. I don't actually know which one. I want to say
I
one.
want to say one.
Yeah, I think it is. And it's about these kids who have obviously been evacuated from London to some, I don't know where it is, some countryside. It's near the beach. And they have a nanny, and she's a witch, but a friendly one. She's learning to be a witch to help with the war effort, but I can't remember why. I don't actually understand how her witchness helps with the war. But it's just about them. She turns this bed into like a way of them travelling wherever they like.
So it's sort of like a mix of like Nanny McPhee and Pan's Labyrinth, like.
Yeah, but no, like Pan's Labyrinth without the violence, dark tone, and horror.
It's slightly disturbing. It's Pan's Labyrinth.
This is Disney
disturbing.
Pan's Labyrinth.
I'd say more a bit like Narnia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like Narnia. Yeah, okay. I get you.
Not in that they go to a magical land, but in the whole refugee.
Yeah, I see.
Not refugee, evacuee.
I get you. I understand. Yeah, I think that's not what I thought it was, but okay. Yeah.
Definitely recommend.
I'll go watch it. My 47 is the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
Because like this was one of the ones that I obviously had to choose like between the sequels and whatnot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I've seen them. I don't even remember 2 and 3. Like, I barely remember number 1, but I remember really enjoying it, and I don't think you can go wrong with this. But there's so many iconic scenes as well. That,
Yeah, there is.
Just they're joyful, and it's one of my favourite.
It's got a very old charm to it, hasn't it? And it's not an old film, but
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
as one of the first sort of proper Marvel. It was done very well.
But yeah, no, I really like it. I think Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man, and yeah.
is he your favourite Spider-Man?
Ooh, do you know what he actually is? Because I didn't like Andrew Garfield. I do think Tom Holland looks the best as a Spider-Man. Like, he just looks young. But I think Tobey Maguire just has that charm that no one else has had. He was sort of, for me, like, this is such a weird comparison, but you know, like how Heath Ledger made the Joker? Toby,
Yeah.
he just sort of made Spider-Man for me, personally.
I have to disagree.
I would say Tobey Maguire's the perfect Peter Parker,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
and Andrew Garfield was a very good Spider-Man, whereas Tom Holland's a better mix of the two. He's not perfect in either, but he's a better mix of the two together.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Possibly. Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually. That's a good analogy, yeah. Not that I want to remember the Amazing Spider-Man films, but
No, that's not.
yeah.
Getting over that quickly. My number 46 is a horror film, Get Out.
Oh, so good. Why is it not on my list? Oh, fuck.
Why is it not on your list? What are you doing?
Right, that's an honourable mention. That is such a good film. Honestly.
It's such a good.
It's so good.
Lucas?
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. I
Lucas,
really
what are you
recommend it.
doing?
Not a horror fan.
It's not even like...
It's not.
It's not
It's
jump
like
scare.
psychological horror.
Yeah.
It's not like massive jump scares. Yeah. It's not like a bloodbath and stuff like that. It's more. It is more of a psychological.
Because it's not even the scary part. I mean, it's that most of them are just repetitive of each other.
Oh
Yes,
no, this
yeah.
one's so good though.
Okay, if it's more original and not just a complete rip-off of ones that have come before.
So it is. Yeah. Have you seen Us?
No.
I
Sophie,
see that.
If he doesn't like horror, why would he have seen us?
No, I don't like Disney that much, but I've seen Disney films.
That's true.
Yeah, but Disney and horror films are two very different things.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Why am I never not?
It depends actually. I mean, people would call Disney horror. If you think
I mean,
about
Frozen is pretty horror.
Coraline?
it. Yeah.
Disney?
I don't. Was that can't have been Disney.
Whatever it was, it's fucking terrifying.
I don't even have anything to say on Coraline. Seen it, watched it. That's it.
But anyway, Get Out. Good film. Recommended.
It's not a good film. It's a great film.
Okay, it's a great film. My friend. Yeah.
Okay, well, my 46, we actually saw this together, Sophie, is Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, like you weren't even born in whatever, like 1960.
Well, we saw it when it came out. This film is on my list of higher
They
up.
showed it at Saffron Screen, Brad.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. Like I thought you don't like horror films.
Yeah, but that's an early enough one that it was original.
It wasn't
Okay.
even real blood.
Okay, let me change my statement. I don't like modern horror films.
Okay. I think you'll like Get Out if you survived, Psycho. You like it.
I feel like
How
Psycho
Get Out are
wasn't
not the same
particularly
thing.
scary.
No, they're not the same thing, but like they're both original, I'd say.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Psycho. I really like it.
Yeah, brilliant film.
Higher up on my list, though.
I
Fair.
think it's in my list next episode, so it's not
Ooh.
far off of Lucas's. Yeah. Any other thoughts on it?
Oh, go for it, Brad.
Yeah. Okay. I was just gonna say, obviously, the iconic scenes with the Do you know what creeped me out when he's looking through the little hole?
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
And considering what else happens in that, the fact that that's the standout part that creeped you out.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Do you know,
It
all
is
the
weird.
other bits I'm fine with. It was a bit weird, like when he dresses up as his mum, like his dead mum.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird.
That is slightly strange, yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But this is a film called Psycho. In
Yeah,
fairness.
I should have gone into it knowing.
That's exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. My 46 is, oh god, I love this film. You know, like when you're looking at your list and you're like, wait, I put this on my list. Obviously, for me and Sophie, who did this list like a longer time ago, it's like, damn. But Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, such a good film.
It's
Honourable
so
mention.
good.
I haven't seen that in so long.
It's on Disney
Good
Plus,
film.
and I'm gonna rewatch it because I just love it so much. That's the first film that I saw of Robin Williams, and he just makes that film. Like, honestly, what film does he not make that he's in? Aladdin,
Literally.
like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, come on, he was the standout in Aladdin.
Yeah, he really was. He was like the '90s actor for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. He's such a shame that he's gone, but honestly, if no one's seen, so we have all seen it, haven't we? Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So if no one's seen Mrs. Doubtfire, like honestly, for me that's a must-watch film. It's
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's another one of your feel-good films, but it's just I can't even describe it. Like
You just have to see it, don't
you just have to see it. Like it won't bring you anything less than joy. I know that sounds really weird, but do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like a Sunday evening watch, but it's just it's so funny.
it's just a very easy watch.
It is, yeah. I love the scene where he, at the restaurant, when he has to pretend to be Mrs. Doubtfire and himself, and
It's so funny.
it's such a good, yeah. It's packed full of fun, I think, and laughter.
Cleverly done as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Okay, so my number 45 film is The Usual Suspects.
I'm silent because I haven't watched.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
Again, I don't really think
Either
it's
of
my
you have
sort
seen
of,
this?
I don't think it's my sort of thing. Is it like what is it?
It's a heist movie.
They're all the same.
Oh,
aren't
come
they?
on.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is
I
plot
actually
twist.
agree
This
with
is
Brad
Kevin Spacey at his best.
Okay, well, you're not selling
No,
it.
Kevin Spacey at his best is 7.
I just don't think you're selling it with Kevin Spacey, all right?
No. Of all the actors in this film, Kevin
Don't know
Spacey is
anyone
not
else's
the
name.
one. Benicio del Toro. Stephen
Shut
Baldwin.
up. I saw this
Well,
again.
I'm glad that Lucas is able to sell your film for you.
Lucas, do you just want to speak about it?
He's not
Instead of
even
you saying
seen
it was
it.
possibly the most controversial actor you could have chosen to.
Kevin Spacey. Oh.
Does he even act anymore? I swear, like, he's just, like,
No,
gone.
he doesn't. He's not allowed to. Who would hire him?
I mean, I guess there's some, like, adult sites. that would
Tarantino.
hire him. Yeah, Tarantino would.
That's bad. That's bad. It's a good. Fuck's sake. Kevin Spacey's good at it though.
Alright. Usual
What does he do?
Suspects. Oh god, I just realised that title was just so ironic for Kevin Spacey.
God. Oh, no.
It all just works too well.
Oh, it really does. Sophie, what have you done?
No.
This is another time where we question Sophie's list, I think.
It really
It's
is.
a good film.
Why is every film you have a questioning of your list?
It's not a questionable film. It's a good one.
Yeah, sure, Sophie. Whatever you say.
Okay, so when 7 comes up on the list, are you going to question me again?
When what
No,
comes up?
7's on mine.
7, because it's got Kevin Spacey in it.
You
That's
just
Kevin
don't
Spacey.
mention Spacey.
Just
There's
mention Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
to sell.
I wonder how he's doing in lockdown. Poor Kevin.
Apparently he was complaining. Apparently he said something like, people who are losing their jobs can relate to what he's gone through.
Oh yes, sure.
Hang on there.
Yes.
I've got it here. Hang on.
Quite.
Kevin
Depends on where
Spacey
they
compares being acute. Hang on. I feel as though I can relate to what it feels like to have your world suddenly stop.
Does he feel like he can relate to that? Does he?
Apparently he can.
I'm not sure
Bye.
the coronavirus victims flashed kids, but I mean,
Literally.
I mean,
Spacey then claimed that he could identify with the emotional struggles of losing your job. He was affected by the coronavirus pandemic, and so, while we may have found ourselves in similar situations, albeit very difficult, emotional struggles are very much the same, he said. See,
How is
I
it
do have
similar?
empathy
I'm
for what
glad
it feels
that he
like to suddenly be told that you
recognises
can't
that
go
it's
back to
for
work.
different
you're glad he recognises what?
I'm glad that he
Um,
recognises that we lost our jobs for different reasons.
Yeah.
I just, oh, Kevin, just shut up. So what we've learned from this episode is that Kevin Spacey's making money off of making claims that he knows what people with coronavirus are going through. Yeah, I don't think it's a secret that he flashes kids. I
It's the
think
episode title.
he flashes
That's it.
kids.
It's no secret that he's flashed kids. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, can I continue to advertise The Usual Suspects?
You can
Sophie, I
try.
think you've killed The Usual Suspects.
Can try. It's a
Advertising is the wrong word.
Can't say much about it. It's a good film. Multiple good performances in it. It really kept me engaged the entire time, and there's a very good plot twist at the end.
Does Kevin Spacey flash one of the kids?
Oh no!
I was going to say, does he get arrested? But
He spends a lot of time in the police station, I have to say.
right, well,
Let's just move on. I just don't think you can sell that film.
no, good job selling it, Sophie.
You don't have to watch it. It's all right. I
I
understand.
think we'll pass. Well, number 45 for mine is not a film about Kevin Spacey. Sophie. It's Grease.
Wow.
Oh,
I did
wow.
not expect
Really?
that. But
I've grown up with two sisters. I've learned to love musicals.
Jesus Christ, Lucas.
Okay. Why do you like it?
I want to know that that's not the only musical on this list, and it's probably not the one that you'll find most annoying either. So
Oh.
you're welcome.
We're welcome.
Do you like it?
Do I like
do.
it?
Oh, why do you like it?
Oh, well,
I don't really know. I've just grown up with it, with just watching it. Well, with sisters on repeat. Let's face it. But
Very iconic. I do have to say that.
it's iconic, and it's just enjoyable. It's not great, but it's enjoyable.
I think you
Also
can't
very
argue
catchy.
that. Yeah, it is enjoyable.
That's why it's number 45 instead of number 5. But
I wouldn't put it on my list at all, or an honourable mention, but I get
you
why.
guys, you two, your lists are probably much more
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated.
Yeah,
Mine
that's
are
us.
just films that I've watched and loved, as is proven by my next option, in fairness.
Actually, no, to be fair, I do have some films. This is my favourite films list. This isn't just my... I do have some... I have musicals.
You
in
guys
there.
just have much more sophisticated film taste than I do.
Probably.
You were just saying that you and Brad have the similar taste, so maybe I'm the only
I do
sophisticated one
like...
here.
I just think Lucas is brave. I do like musicals. I just don't like to admit it. So...
I like musicals, but I like musicals actually going in the theatre. I don't really enjoy musical TV.
Well, this is a film podcast, Sophie.
I was
We
going
had
to
this
say, on a
discussion
film
before.
podcast, Sophie, it's quite difficult to credit the show.
Do you know what? She did this last week, actually. She started to talk about theatre, and I just think she's getting a bit fed up with the whole film thing. So
Actually, just want to do a theatre podcast. Thanks. I'm glad you got the hints.
Theatre Live. That's the podcast. Do you know
Listen.
what? On a theatre podcast, at least you're safe from talking about Kevin Spacey.
Tracy's probably done something in theatre. I don't want to bring that up. Anyway, Brad, your next film.
We don't.
My next film is Rocky, a classic.
I think we've already had that.
I don't think we've had that yet, actually. I don't think we have.
Pretty sure we have.
Has it come from your list? It didn't come from...
I had Rocky 2, and it was in my 80s.
Okay, well, you had Rocky 2, I have Rocky 1, the better Rocky.
Sorry.
Have you seen it, Lucas?
I've seen the first one.
Yeah, okay. So you've seen the good Rocky.
Yeah.
Same.
Honestly, there was a time I wouldn't watch the sequels to Rocky because I loved the first one so much that I was like when when you watch a film and then the sequel's really shit and you're like, I don't want to watch. Yeah, so I like.
Yeah, you're gonna ruin it for you.
I have seen all the Rocky sequels and Mistake, but apart from Creed is alright.
That's the one with
Michael B. Jordan.
Thank you. Completely forgotten his name.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Rocky is a classic.
It's iconic.
It is iconic, and I think it is so memorable. The film. That's all I can really say about it. And I think it's such an achievement for Sylvester Stallone. I don't know if you guys know the story, but he was a struggling actor, I think, and he wrote it. Did he direct it as well?
He did direct. He did write it.
He wrote it. Yeah.
By John Avildsen.
No one knows him.
Just Googling there, Lucas.
Yep.
So he wrote it, and he's obviously starred in it, and this skyrocketed his career, which is quite an achievement from him. I think it won Oscars, or was nominated at least. Did it win? I think it was a Best Picture winner. I could be completely wrong. Let's have a look. Was it?
Having a look.
I believe it was in 77.
Yep.
Or 6. It was a Best Picture winner. Yeah, got that right.
76.
Yeah.
Went on to 10 nominations, winning 3, including Best Picture.
Well, there you go. So, what more can I say? I've sold that. Who needs Usual Suspects when you've got Rocky?
No one ever. Okay, so my number 44 is another Bill Murray film. We had 2 Bill Murray films last time, didn't we? It's Groundhog Day. Seen it?
I have.
I have not.
I love Groundhog Day. Honestly, it's
a good film.
I think Lucas would like it as well, actually.
Yeah, you would like this, Lucas.
It's not something I've looked into and decided not to watch it. It's just I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, by the way.
Okay. Who's in it?
Bill Murray, and it's directed by...
Spacey? No, he's not.
Oh no, what's his name? Oh, Harold Ramis, I think.
Yeah, it is him.
Yeah. I'll let you talk about it anyway.
Yeah, I don't really spoil anything. I'm quite bad at describing films without spoiling it. I normally just go straight for spoilers. It's a comedy. It's a rom-com. You describe it as a rom-com, Brad?
I wouldn't exclusively describe it as that, because when you say rom-com, people are like, "Oh, I don't want to watch
Oh,
that." And
cringy, Love Actually kind of stuff. Yeah.
it's not your
Love Actually
rom-com
is a great film.
like what's the lady? Who's the woman in it? She was in Four Weddings and a Funeral. What's her name? Andy McDowell.
Yeah.
Yeah. She like you can call it a rom-com, but she's in it for like not even. I wouldn't even say half the film. Like
It's mostly Bill Murray. Yeah.
it's mostly Bill Murray because there is another story to it. So it's a rom-com with another story, which is why it's so original and so brilliant, I think.
Yeah.
I know I did put it on my list before. It was in another episode, so I had it higher up. I'm just trying to look where I had it at number 70, so you've put it quite a lot higher than me. But, yeah.
Basically, Lucas, it's about this guy, and something happens. I can't exactly remember what, but he basically ends up reliving each day again and again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
But stuck in a loop.
as you can imagine, he tries
That was a
to...
great description there, Sophie. It's about a guy and something happens.
I said more than that.
It's not, no, to be fair though, Sophie, it's not actually explained how it happens, is it? Ever?
No.
It's never explained how it happens.
Does it not?
No, but it's one of those films that doesn't need to, because it's
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's not one of those like sci-fi how did this happen films. It's one of these this has happened, deal with it. This is how he uses that to his advantage.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
God, I feel like I've made it sound like a really serious film. It's not. It's like comedy.
It's not. It's really funny.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, my number 44 is also a Bill Murray film, but probably very different to yours, which is The Jungle Book, but the live-action adaptation.
Wait, Bill Murray.
I have
was in
not
that?
seen it.
Wait, you mean
It's
2016?
Oh, good. Yeah, 2016 one.
It is good actually. Yeah.
Not the one that Benedict Cumberbatch was in.
Not bad.
Not
He was in.
Mowgli or whatever it's called.
No, not that one.
Okay.
The one.
Netflix one.
The Disney.
The one with Idris Elba as Shere Khan.
Yeah. I haven't seen that, but I know about it. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've seen it as well. I really enjoyed it. They changed the ending to the original. This was one of their first reimagined classics, as they're labelling them now, I think.
They do loads of them now, but it was one of the first ones they did.
Yeah, I think it was like 2016, and before that there was only Cinderella.
Yeah.
So,
And Alice in Wonderland as well.
yeah.
But Jungle Book is my number 44.
This is strange because my 44 is also a Bill Murray film.
Oh.
Weird.
Mine is Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Oh, honourable mention. I forgot about those films.
Now I'm gonna say it like we always do. It is a feel-good film.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is an 80s classic. I
Absolutely.
feel like, in my opinion, you can't die without seeing it.
Yeah.
You know I was talking about how I watch films and I won't watch the sequels if I find the first film really good. I haven't seen Ghostbusters 2 and that's why. But I feel like I should to say I've seen Ghostbusters 2, but has anyone seen it? Because is it good?
No.
I haven't. No.
Oh, well...
How do we feel about the female remake of Ghostbusters?
The what? We don't remember that one.
Agreed.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
Moving on.
obviously there was the new Ghostbusters that's been delayed, like, hasn't it been delayed like a year or something, like...
Yeah.
It's more.
There's one with Paul Rudd that's directly a sequel to number 1, I think. Like, it forgets the female one.
Is it, I don't know which one. It might be Bill Murray's in it, isn't he? Or one of the originals.
I think, like, all the originals that aren't dead.
Dead.
Yeah, which one's dead? Oh, let's not get into
The
this
one with the glasses.
Yeah, I think
I can't remember any of their names.
Bill Murray's definitely alive. Is Dan Aykroyd alive?
Okay.
Google it.
Yep. Googling.
Imagine Dan Aykroyd listened to this podcast, like, just upon chance found it, and just the one thing we're talking about is if he's alive. Yeah.
The only mention he's got.
No, he's still alive.
Oh, damn it. I thought this would be the moment when a news... damn it, in the sense that I thought this would be the moment a newspaper just listens to this podcast by chance and takes that as a headline. Dan Aykroyd is dead.
Harold Ramis is dead.
Oh, no, really? Oh, that sucks. But yeah, no, it's a great film, Ghostbusters, honestly.
Yeah.
Number 43 is a film we've already had, but had it a lot lower down. I think both you and Craig had it, Brad. It's Moon.
Oh, we did have it, yeah. It's a great
It's what,
film.
sorry?
Moon. Rockwell.
I can't hear what you're saying. Did you say
Moon.
New?
Yeah, Moon, the planet.
Oh, right, okay.
And the
I
big
thought you
thing
said
in the
noon,
sky.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Moon. No. Moon, Sam Rockwell. Very good film. Have you seen it, Lucas?
I have not.
This whole episode is just you saying.
Yeah, it's pretty much that I've seen no films. That's
Sophie.
what we've got from this.
Why are you bringing us back to cast members that we don't want to talk about?
Sam Rockwell.
No, the other person in that film. The voice actor in that film.
Crikey, Kevin Spacey's in it, isn't he? I completely forgot he was in that film.
Why is Kevin Spacey on your list so much? Are you such a big fan of Kevin Spacey? That...
I'm not a
Do
fan
you
of Kevin
defend his
Spacey.
actions? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm
indirectly?
not. I didn't mean shit. I completely forgot he was in this film.
He's a massive part of that film.
The system, innit? Oh my god, he's like Sam Rockwell's best friend in this. Oh, I forgot about that.
Anyway,
Good job, Sid.
The standout acting for this film, though, has to be Sam Rockwell's, not the other one.
I think what we said before when we discussed this is that Sam Rockwell before this was like a secondary actor, if you will.
Yeah.
But then this was like his film that he leads throughout the whole time, and he's great in it.
He is great in it.
Doesn't he play a clone of himself as well?
Yes?
I think he does.
So?
Yeah, but no, he's great. Honestly, it's a good film,
Really
Lucas.
Really good film.
Not your traditional space film at all.
Okay.
Although I haven't seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, but is it similar to that, Sophie?
Not massively. In parts, I think.
Fair enough.
I'm not a massive fan of space films.
No, I'm not.
Really like
No,
my
me
only
neither.
one on this list. But it's really good. I don't know. There's just some parts on it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I just think it's a really good space film. I've seen Gravity. Has anyone seen Gravity?
I've seen Gravity, and I recently put it on my rewatch list because I've forgotten it.
I should watch Gravity.
Clearly it was great then.
I think it didn't win Oscars though. It won, I don't even remember.
Yeah, everyone was really like, it's Gravity.
On my 43, I'm hoping both of you have seen this, is The Shining.
Yes,
Oh,
I've seen
yes.
that. I have seen that.
Nice. I don't even think I need to explain why that.
No, I don't think you do actually. I think if you
Shining.
if you don't like it, who are you?
It's the only justification that's needed. It's The Shining.
Yep. End of.
It's The Shining. It's so amazing. There was socks. I saw some socks, and it's the carpet from The Shining. They're on sale. I'll buy them.
Wait,
but
they
yeah,
made socks out of the carpet.
not like the actual carpet, but the design.
The pattern.
Oh, I thought like you were onto a winner there. I was like, what?
Cut
Mad.
off the carpet and made it into socks.
Well, I don't know. Like they might, because like there are prop collectors. They might have thought, well, we can't give the carpet to 10 people, so we might as well make it into socks.
Do you understand how uncomfortable that would be as socks?
I don't know. Look, all
A
right.
little bit different material, Brad.
Well, look,
That's definitely not a textile designer.
my 43 is Sophie's gonna love me for this. It is a Guy Ritchie film, The Gentleman. I cannot praise this film enough.
I've got that
Yes.
on DVD downstairs ready to watch.
Oh, it's so good. Oh.
I love Guy Ritchie films.
So yeah, The Gentleman. I cannot praise this film enough. It is so good. You said you have the DVD, Lucas.
Yeah, I bought it ready to watch.
Honestly, it is a hit and miss. Like we discussed this before. Guy Ritchie, I think, he's a bit like a Wes Anderson. You like him or you don't.
Yeah.
But
I'd never been a fan of him, and then I watched a lot more films that I realised were by him that I already liked, and I just didn't know he was the director. So he's grown on me a lot.
I
yeah,
don't think The Gentleman was Guy Ritchie's best film.
I've not seen a lot of his films. I've seen Snatch, but
Snatch.
Gentleman. It was the first film I saw an 18 film in cinemas, and it was actually a few weeks before I was 18, but I was allowed in.
Scandal.
And it was so good because like I just can't praise it. It feels long, but Hugh Grant is a stand. I thought he was getting to the age where he's a bit like he wants to stop working now, but he's so good in it. He
Don't
plays.
doubt Hugh Grant,
Really
yeah.
good, Hugh Grant.
But But you know, like how he's like sort of. I know I've watched him in a lot of rom-coms, but you know, like he's like the sort of plays the same sort of actor, person in his films.
Sometimes, yeah.
He plays a completely different like person. Like it's ridiculous. I can't describe it, but it's ridiculous how good he
Definitely
is.
in a role that we've never really seen him before. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous how good he, and it's ridiculous how funny the gentleman is. Like Guy Ritchie, I believe, wrote it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got funny and serious films. A lot of his films are like this.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's really funny, the gentleman. But it's like not funny if you're easily offended, if that makes sense. Like there are some.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's I would honestly, Lucas, like I've watched that after Lighthouse and Marriage Story.
Yeah, well, like I said, I bought it ready to watch.
Yeah,
because it looks amazing.
Binge watch all of Guy Ritchie films whilst you're at it, because
he directed one of my favourite films actually, which is The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, I've never
I
seen
thought
that.
you were going to say Aladdin.
I didn't know that was him though.
Aladdin. That's just no. Man from U.N.C.L.E.'s brilliant. That's lower down on my list, or higher up on my list. Sorry, so we'll get to that. But
back to that anyway. So my number 42, bringing Sam Rockwell into my number 42 as well, is
Kevin Spacey in it.
No, what I can recall, it's Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, wait, is this not on my list? It's such a good film.
You don't have Jojo Rabbit on your list.
No, it's not on my list. How? Oh my god, how is it not on my list?
What are you doing?
How is it not on my list? It's such a good film. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking now, maybe it deserves to be a lot higher up the list, because I think it was genuinely such a good film.
Lucas, have you seen it?
I heard really bad things about it, so I didn't watch it.
Lucas, what?
So good. Do you know what? Sophie saw it, didn't really like it. Then I went to see it, and I was like, Sophie, what you want about it? It's really good. She rewatched it, and she's like, now she really loves it.
The first time I watched it, I just wasn't in the mood for a film.
About it, said it was all...
Well, who did you speak to? Kevin Spacey? Like...
Jesus Christ.
You're in the clear, by the way, Sophie. He's not this one.
Yeah, I know. Cheers.
It's so good. Like...
Jojo Rabbit is an amazing film.
It's because there were kids on set.
Jesus Christ.
I love Taika Waititi's filmography anyway. Like...
He is such an underrated director. Everyone's just like, oh, he's just that guy that directed Thor Ragnarok. Watch more of his films.
He did like 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. He did What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Right.
What's that?
His episodes of The Mandalorian were quite good.
Oh, they're really good. He did the last episode as well, which is like a great episode.
Brilliant episode.
Yeah. But yeah, no, honestly, like, I love his stuff.
I think we also need to take into consideration it's not just him, it's also Stephen Merchant.
Does he direct Jojo Rabbit as well?
I think he did something I swear he did something to do with it, but I mean, anyway, if he did, let's take a moment to appreciate Stephen Merchant, who is an absolute genius.
Damn, I didn't know that. Fair enough. But no, honestly, Lucas, I would watch it. I mean, you can take the other people's advice if you want, but like, it is really good.
I only took their advice because it's the only advice I'd heard.
Oh, well, there you go.
No.
I don't know.
I would really watch it.
There are funny moments to it, but there are very like, it's so weird. It's like funny moments, but it's historical drama as well as really shocking moments. Like wow, which I will not spoil, but yeah.
So Stephen Merchant is not credited on this whatsoever.
He's not.
He's in it.
No way.
He's in the cast.
Is he?
He is.
Oh yeah.
He is in the cast. Yeah.
But apart from
then.
the cast, he's not to do with anything else.
This is just me sitting here and appreciating Stephen Merchant then.
Pretty much. Better him than Spacey.
For God's sake.
Oh no.
I'm living that down.
Alright, my 42, completely different again, is Disney Cars.
Ow.
Cars as in Pixar Cars.
Yeah.
I'm
putting that on there purely because it was a childhood favourite.
Do you know what? I don't think you need to justify yourself. Because I rewatched it recently and I loved it.
It's not perfect, but it is good.
I agree that it's good. Like, obviously, yeah, it's not perfect, but I agree. I totally. I think
Cars 2.
I don't actually know why it got so much hassle. Like Cars 2 as well, brilliant film.
Yeah, Cars 2 was not bad.
Cars 2. I mean, it was worse than Cars, but
oh yeah, it was not as good as the first one. But
Live up to what Cars was, yeah.
So bad that Disney and Pixar have actually forgotten it right now. But
Yeah.
No, I agree. Cars is good.
Thank you.
Yeah, is that what you had to say on it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. My 42 is Silver Linings Playbook. Have any of you seen that?
I haven't heard of that.
No, I haven't heard of it.
I've heard of it. It's got Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper in it. And it's
What did you say it was called?
Silver Linings Playbook. It's basically what it is like he's like I believe it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember loving it a lot. And I put this higher than The Gentleman, so it's it was really good.
And higher.
It's not one of these films I'd recommend you have to watch, but it's one of these. It's sort of it's not your traditional rom-com, but it is romance in it. So it's about Bradley Cooper who has bipolar disorder, and he's sort of struggling with it. And then he sort of meets Jennifer Lawrence, and long story short, right, they enter a dance competition or something like that, and he obviously doesn't know how to dance, whatever. She trains him to dance, and she also helps him through his disorder, and then they fall in love, and that is the end of the story. Sold?
Giving us a flyby of the entire.
It has the emotional impact, which is why I liked it. It doesn't resonate with me, but it's good. No, I would recommend it, but I wouldn't say it's one you have to watch. But yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay, so this is my last film of the episode.
Yeah.
It is one we've already spoken about this episode. It's The Shining.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I mean, there's nothing really more we've got to say about it.
No need to justify.
Really good film.
No need to justify.
Well, my number 41 is The Goonies.
Ooh.
Oh, I had that.
Ooh.
Down my list. Yeah, good
I
film.
feel like that's one of the 80s films that, like, if you think of 80s films, that's one of the ones everyone immediately goes to.
Goonies and Stand By Me are what I go for.
It's not on my list. I don't think. Maybe I feel like we've had
Honorable
it.
mention?
I feel like no. Didn't we have it before?
I did on my list.
Okay, so yeah, it's definitely an honourable mention for me. I don't know why it's not on my list, but yeah, it's definitely an honourable.
It's just a really good film.
It is a really good film, actually. Yeah. It was probably within the 113 that I did originally have, but then I probably had to cut it out. But yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, why'd you like it?
I don't know how the hell you came up with 113 films. I struggled with 50.
Well, I'm like sad enough to have a list of every film I've ever seen in my life, so I literally went through all of them and was like, which are my favourite films? So yeah, that's how I did. But yeah, my 41 is another 80s I'd call classic, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes!
Oh, such a good film.
It is, isn't it?
I think that's actually in my top 10.
Honorable mention, not on my list.
Oh,
in my
so
top
it's not
10.
even on your list. What? Oh.
I don't even know. Didn't even go through my mind.
Oh, so you have the usual suspects, but not Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay. Well, look.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is too happy for Sophie's list.
Sorry, guys.
You're actually not wrong. It really is.
It's not.
It is a really good film. It is feel good. It is acted well, I'd say.
Iconic.
Iconic. It is parodied as hell recently. I don't know why, but it's.
I think Deadpool did it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Deadpool did. I watched a TV show called The Goldbergs, which parodied it.
Lots of shows and films have parodied.
I would that's all I can say about it. Really, it's really good. Like, I feel like I'm not selling it well enough, but if anyone's not
You
seen it,
can't though, can you? You just have to watch it.
yeah, it is just one of those ones you have to watch. I put it in with, I think we've talked about before, Sophie, how like the 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, it's sort of in that category of the iconic 80s teen. We were talking about Lucas
films, yeah.
Yeah, how like 80s
I'd put
was.
Stand By Me in that list though.
Would you? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Along with The Goonies, Stand By Me,
Yeah.
I'd say they're in that 80s classic.
I think because we were talking about before how 80s was really a time of cinema for teens, especially like a lot of films directed at teens. So yeah, I guess Stand By Me, The Goonies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, of course. Yeah, they all fit into that category. So I think it's just
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in my top 10.
Yeah, one you
Easily.
watch. Anyway, that is it for this episode. We will be going live next Wednesday, every Wednesday at 5 p.m. And hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously check out the CineWatch Instagram page for all the latest news and trailers. Next week, guys, do you have some good ones?
Yes, I do.
Looking
I'm
at your
quite
list? Yeah.
looking forward to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have some good ones. I have some, ironically, feel-good films again. But yeah, no. So we will return to the lists next episode.